girl, Queen Shan Shan. Hey girl, hey! This is a broadcast podcast, our first official show. Thank you so much for listening. We are super excited to have you on our journey. Sit back and relax, and girl, enjoy the podcast. This is the premiere of my first podcast, and I'm here with my first amazing guest co-host, Edward Carr. Edward is an entertainment business professional and entrepreneur, and most of all, my great friend.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
You're welcome.
You know, professional, that's a very broad statement, but I will take it. That's a big compliment coming from you. I'm really excited to be here as your first guest co-host. We've been friends for a really long time, and I've really enjoyed our friendship. A lot of people in LA in my life have come and gone, but your friendship has endured and stood the test of time. So naturally, I'm very excited for you to begin this journey of your life. So all I got to say is, look out, world. A new queen has been crowned.
What? Yes. Well, you know, Edward, it's always been a dream of mine since I was a little kid to travel abroad and to go around the world. But the major passions of my life is travel, beauty, food, and culture. And what we're going to dive in on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, depending on how much y'all like to hear from Queen Shan Shan, we're going to talk about all different topics. And the reason why I wanted to do this is, let's be honest, I am a 45-year-old straight single black woman living in Los Angeles, California. And I just realized that on your YouTubes and your Twitters and your Facebooks, podcasts, social media, that we don't see a lot of people with my point of view or my perspective. And I do live in Los Angeles, which is coined the entertainment capital of the world. With that being said, I have a vast pool of friends, acquaintances, and lovos from different perspectives and backgrounds. And I want to explore it. And, you know, Edward, I hate to say the phrase, I have a lot of gay friends, but Queen Shan Shan has a lot of gay friends.
Yeah.
And right?
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so another first.
Right? We want to hear from the LGBT community. We want to hear from my straight friends. And I have a lot of married friends. And I have a lot of divorced friends. And I have a lot of single friends. I have a lot of people with different backgrounds in my life. And I want their voices to be heard as well.
I'm really glad you say that, because there is a lot of people in this town that can be heard. Do you know that there's 224 different languages in this country?
No.
Oh my God.
In the state? I mean, in the city?
Where are we living?
Los Angeles.
But yes, this is a city, not a country or a state. But Los Angeles is a city, and it's very diverse. You know, we have 140 countries actually that are represented in the city.
In the city alone.
Yeah, like of 16 million.
16 million people live in LA.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw that fact out.
Well, I didn't know that, and that does not surprise me. So this podcast is going to be light, and it will turn into hopefully a YouTube channel. And then guess what? I'm going to be the next Oprah Winfrey of Los Angeles.
And hello, I'm going to be the next Gail of Los Angeles.
Okay, we're going to speak it into existence. Speak it into existence.
You are already my Oprah Winfrey, so there you go.
And people call me that.
Yeah.
So you know what? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about our first topic. What was for dinner tonight?
Deliciousness.
Okay.
Yes.
We ordered from Postmates because we are a working crew here. We ordered from Postmates sea salt poke.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.
I had a
what did you order? You ordered salmon,
salmon and tuna.
And I made my own bowl online. You go to Postmates. If you ever guys use Postmates, and you can choose your own ingredients. I chose poke, and I chose a spicy tuna, and I think I chose some shrimp with different sauces.
Scrumps.
Oh, scrimps. With some brown rice.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my God, it was so
healthy.
yummy.
I got the white rice.
But is it healthy, though? Is
I
it
don't
healthy?
even know. It's like, probably not, right?
It's better than a cheeseburger.
We've been sold that most of our lives. Eat the brown rice because it's healthier.
Eat the brown rice because it's healthier.
Yeah.
But poke and ahi and tuna and salmon is supposed to be obviously zero or low in carbs.
Right.
Lower in fat. And
but throw in those like crunchy onions.
I had some bacon.
Oh my gosh.
It was bomb.
You had surf and turf and
I'm not gonna
all of
lie.
it. All of the above.
We love the swine. I'm sorry. We love the swine.
We do
in this
like
house.
the swine. I don't blame you.
I'm not from the South, but my mom is from the South, and you're from the South, from
I'm
Texas.
from the South. I'm from Texas, which is technically not the South, but
You're considered.
We get lumped in.
You get lumped in.
I'm from Southeast Texas, so that's
well. There you go. Then there
that's
you go.
South.
We'll dive into that, but we love our meats.
Yes, we do.
Next.
Yes, next. Let's move on.
Move on. So I had the fortunate experience of traveling to Vegas with my parents. Now, with my 79-year-old father and my 78-year-old mother.
Wow.
And with my brother.
Okay.
So it was the four of us, and we decided
the nuclear family.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are we the nuclear family? Is that what it means? I don't know what that exactly means.
You're like still together, like all together.
Well, we're close. I mean, we obviously live in different places. I'm not, I'm living with my parents, but we're also considered the sandwich generation. I'm now taking care of elderly parents who should be taking care of themselves, but with what we live in life, they didn't save. They didn't make a nest for themselves per se. So I bought my parents a house last year. They live very comfortably.
Look at you.
Thank you. It's from hard work, trust.
Yes, it is.
I bought them a very nice house, and they are retired, and they are dealing with mental and cognitive brain issues.
In Vegas.
And I took them in Vegas because when we were kids, my parents would take us on road trips every year, 3 weeks out of the year. We would go travel the United States.
Oh, that's great.
I miss
such great memories.
I have amazing memories.
We have the same
which is why I love travel.
Oh, yeah.
My parents instilled the love of travel with me and my brother. We weren't children who would stay home in the summertime and, watch TV or play video games.
We weren't either.
We watched the world.
We were in like a station wagon. Like I'm talking like from.
You were in a station wagon?
Yes,
we were in a Monte Carlo.
Big, massive station wagon, like vacation style.
We were in a Monte Carlo. Every night we'd stay in a different hotel. It was exciting as kids.
So great, wasn't it?
So if you have children and you need to experience life for your children, get them off those damn video games and off the frickin' YouTube and have them experience life. Because if it wasn't for my parents teaching us the beauty of the United States of America, we have an amazing country.
We do have an amazing
country. If
country.
you don't have the money to travel to Italy or Austria or South America or Hawaii, all right.
Okay, fine.
That's fine.
We didn't either. So we packed it up and we got on the road.
Go to Arizona. Go to
Colorado.
Utah. Go to Colorado for the week. Go to New York. We've literally traveled almost every state in the Monte Carlo.
That's amazing.
From
what color
Walt
was this
Disney World, it was a dark blue.
I knew you. From that, I remember me like passing you in 77 on the highway.
We were saying hi.
Yeah. Remember
hi
that?
and honk, honk.
My face on the window.
We would travel and have lunch in the car. We would have a picnic. And mom and dad, every night we'd be in a hotel room, different hotel room.
We sure would.
And me and Theron loved it.
We did too.
We loved it.
That's Americana at its finest.
It was Americana.
It really was.
We were very fortunate that my parents could take off 3 weeks at a time in the summertime, and we would travel all over the United States. And experience different tastes and cultures. The American culture is not just one culture. It is a simultaneous different type of hodgepodge. That's why it's called the melting pot.
Yes. We're not just all
We're not just white, black, Hispanic, Asian. This is the melting pot of America. So when you travel in different states, you're going to have different tastes.
You are.
So I welcome immigrants. I welcome people to make this America great.
So do I. Because that's why we're here. Let's face it.
Do we need a freaking wall?
Yeah, no. We
don't
need
think
it.
So.
We need a wall of something, but not a wall to keep
I'll eat a wall of spaghetti.
That's what I like. I like that.
You like pasta?
I love a good wall of pasta. Yeah, I'll take that.
So going back to traveling with elderly people, it was a challenge. My mom and dad, they literally forget things in 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
I had to tell my mom, I'm right here. And then she would get lost. Or my dad would get confused.
Were you like walking around? Like
we were walking
Palace,
Caesar's. We went to the Caesar Palace Forum shops, which are fantastic.
Right, they are amazing.
And my dad would look around and be a little confused about where he was. And I'm fearing that is that going to be me in the next 30 years? Is that going to be my brother in the next 30 years? Is this hereditary? God forbid, because my aunt deals with mental issues as her
Probably.
age.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's dementia or Alzheimer's, but my aunt doesn't remember who I am.
She doesn't?
No.
Wow.
It's sad.
Is she older?
Sister. My mom's sister. Yeah.
Okay.
She is a few years older than my mom.
Okay.
My dad is not really close to his family. Like, he only has his older sister, and I don't know how she's doing. My grandparents passed away in a car accident, and then my dad's brother died of cirrhosis. He was an alcoholic.
Wow.
So he's not very close to any other family members. So I don't know if it's going to run in my family, dementia or Alzheimer's, but it's scary.
You got to get some 23andMe or something.
I don't want to
See
do
what's
that.
happening.
I think that's so government controlled. And I
Do you think
that's,
so?
I think
I've
that
heard two
They're
things,
going to clone me and they're going to use me in war.
Oh, or send you to like Mars or something. Who knows?
I don't trust it. Excuse me. I don't trust it at all. Mm-mm.
I know. You know, there's something to be
That and
said
flu shots.
about lists. Think about the Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're in the lists.
Right.
You know, they were
listed.
They were
They
listed.
knew where to find those people.
Yeah. So interesting you say that. 'Cause
I'm
that
not
was
doing
just,
no 23andMe.
No.
I think it's a scam.
I mean, I want to, but how else do you get a gene test done?
A gene test.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
mean-
Your date of birth, your address, your DNA is done by some mechanical machine somewhere off in some country, and they're
Yep.
finding out who Edward Carr is.
Yeah, Edward Carr. Edward Carr. You know what? Here's my, there's a weird fantasy that I kind of have. It's not a fantasy, but it's something that I do not speak of
What?
because I just have never expressed this. So I'm about to express it.
Uh-oh.
But I kind of wish that I did do it, and it came back to me and was like, did you know you have a kid? I kind of think that sometimes, that I have one out there.
Were
in the
you
world.
a whore when you were young?
I was a little whorish, yeah. Before I, you know,
Did you spread your seed?
when I was playing for that other team, I was.
You were on my team?
I was a quarterback, girl.
What?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
passed that ball
I did.
into the sweet walls of the vajayjay?
I did a lot of that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So there might be a little Edward Carr out there somewhere running around, and I guess he wouldn't be too little anymore. He's playing his 20s.
Probably his 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hot.
oh, you
Salt and
think?
peppery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Like a little blue-eyed
Do not make me-
devil.
If I met him, I would probably be your Jesus. That would be very incestuous, Jesus. Because I love the young boys.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later.
We'll get
but
into that later.
anyway, I digress.
Yes, I'm afraid my parents are going to hear this podcast. They're
you
going to
know,
be horrified.
God bless your parents and
Yes.
you for taking them to Las Vegas.
Yes, and so it was a great trip. In conclusion, it was a great trip. It was I took them to Le Rev at the Wynn, the great show. It was the water show. It was amazing. We went to brunch on Sunday at is it Hash a Go-Go? Hash something. They're just known for their big, huge breakfast portions.
Oh, okay.
I took them for breakfast
I mean, you
there.
get anything, right?
Oh, anything, but it's like
you want.
mountainous.
Yeah,
It's mountainous food.
Uh-huh.
And my parents don't smoke. They don't drink. They don't gamble. So like people are like, what the hell are you taking your parents to Las Vegas for? I'm like, well,
It's
close to where they live.
Yeah.
It was a 2.5 hour drive.
Right.
It was easy.
Yeah.
And again, I haven't been anywhere with my parents on a weekend trip for years.
That's the perfect getaway.
It is time to do that, and our time is limited. I don't know what's going to happen with my parents. So my point in closing is take care of your parents.
Take care of them. They're the only parents you have.
They're the only parents I have.
And if you're listening out there and you're younger, in the younger demographic, trust us. Those times that you have with your parents, that window does close.
It does.
Really quickly
And it
as you
scares
get
the
older.
hell out of me.
So
Yeah, it scares me a lot.
let's talk about something cheery.
We're going to talk about Black Friday.
Oh, why I gotta be black? Why I gotta be black?
Because black means money, honey.
That's right, girl.
We're in the black.
It wouldn't sound. Okay, let's just say it. Let's talk about White Friday.
You got every damn day of the year. We can't have one day. Jesus. And we're going to... You got 364 days.
Yeah,
We can have
right.
one
You
day.
can't have one. Okay, you get Black Friday, and that's
Okay.
it's a good day.
It's
too.
a good day. You
get a
know
good
what?
day.
I came from a family that we didn't really celebrate a lot of holidays. So Black Friday was just another Friday for us, and it's still just a Friday for most people. But it does bring families together. They love to shop. They love to get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and stay in line at a Walmart or stay in line at a Best Buy or stay in line at at a mall.
Right.
I did that when I was younger.
Oh, you did?
Yes, of course.
Oh my God.
It was fun. It was exciting. It was like, I'm gonna get that television, or I'm gonna get that purse, or I'm gonna get that makeup, whatever.
Right.
But now we can just go get up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, full with our tummies from the Thanksgiving day before, and get online and shop for that stuff.
I can't imagine.
Amazon. Hello, Amazon.
Hello, Amazon.
Hello, Amazon.
Can I tell you about
I'm going to get that delivered on a Sunday? Please, girl, please.
I mean,
Get my Bloody Mary on a Friday morning, and I will get my package whatever on a Sunday morning and be happy.
And be done with it.
And I could sleep in.
And then Monday rolls around, and then what do you have?
Cyber Monday.
That's right. You sure do.
Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday maybe is even better than regular Black Friday.
It's supposed to be better.
It's supposed to be better.
You don't have to leave the safety of your home.
Right.
Or your office.
Right.
Whichever you choose to do.
Right.
Be a nice statistic to kind of like show, wouldn't it? Like people that shop at work on Monday. I mean, it's awesome.
I'm sure there are statistics on that, but it does show that the malls around us are closing, and that's something that we want to talk about later. That it is this cultural. You and I were built. You and I we were teenagers. We looked forward to going to the mall.
We were
Saturdays, Friday nights. We were programmed to go to the mall.
Yeah.
Get our new boyfriends, check out the girls, get our cute outfits for the weekend.
Go to the Oak Tree, get a new shirt.
Oak Tree, honey, limited.
Yes.
We were talking to Oak Tree. Hot Topics.
Hot Topics.
That was the casual corner.
Miller's Outpost, are you kidding me?
Miller's Outpost. Shut
remember
your
that
mouth
one?
right now.
Yes.
You just aged. You just aged us.
Genera. Remember Genera, that brand?
You just aged us
Sure
right
did.
now.
I know.
Can't believe you just said Miller's Outpost.
And some parachute pants. Which tried to make a comeback a few years ago.
I'm dying with the Miller's Outpost. Yes. I mean, if we're gonna really call it, we're gonna call Chess King.
Oh, girl, do you know? Okay, for my senior prom, I bought my blazer that I wore to I didn't rent shit, of course, because I designed my entire outfit.
Of course.
And I didn't sew it or anything, but I bought it in different hodgepodges it together. Okay, International Male for the pants. Okay.
International Male.
International Male for the pants. Mail order. Remember how gay those were? How did we not know? Anyway, and then like Chess King for the double-breasted.
Of course.
Seersucker pinstripe.
No, you didn't.
Coat.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you did not.
With an ascot. It happened. I have a yearbook.
And you were straight.
And I was so straight.
You were straight.
Very, as an arrow.
You were friggin'. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Straight man wearing an ascot in high school?
Yes.
Come on.
On Black Friday.
You liar. You lie for days. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need to see pictures of that.
Yeah, we'll address that later.
We'll address that later.
Okay.
So Black Friday is this Friday because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And speaking of Thanksgiving, honey, I'm not going to literally be here. I'm flying to Puerto Vallarta with some friends tomorrow. I cannot wait to get the HE double hockey sticks out of here.
I'm so jealous.
Puerto Vallarta, honey, we're staying at this amazing resort we stayed last year with my friends, who you know. And it's a resort that is going to just take care of us. It's a resort like 2 blocks from the beach.
Okay, perfect.
And it's I forgot what it's called, but pool and infinity pool, and then we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo.
Oh, nice.
And we're in the romantic district, which is very predominantly gay.
Oh, it is?
Very gay friendly.
All right.
LGBT friendly. Safe.
Safe is important.
Great. We want safety in our
We
travels,
do want safety.
especially going in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you heard that some tourist was killed by a cartel a couple weeks ago. Yeah, some white guy was killed. So you know, not to pinpoint that Mexico is a horrible place to travel, but
because it's not.
Unfortunately, it's on I think a rating 3 on the CDC or the international websites as dangerous a dangerous country to go to.
I mean,
Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, and Acapulco.
Okay.
And Tijuana.
What are we rated?
I don't know. Los
mean,
Angeles, California.
no,
Or
no,
you
just
mean
the United
America,
States,
period?
yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
When
we
you
never
go
hear
on
that.
I forget the website it's called. It's called the International something website, or there's some website of safety, and it's labeled Mexico as rating 3 or table 3 or something
Okay.
like that,
All right.
which is mirrors Turkey, and it mirrors some of the terrorist countries that are existing, which is freaking scary. Mexico?
Yeah.
You know, when I was 18, 19 years old, we'd go to Tijuana, get effed up,
Right.
you know, go get our drink on, and then be back in San Diego ready to work.
Ready to work.
Or go to school.
The next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you like.
Yeah,
that's,
Mom and
that's-
Dad, sorry, you're finding this out now.
Yeah. Soup. Sorry.
Sorry, the secret's out.
You know what though? PV is basically, let's face it, it's like the West Hollywood of.
It is.
Mexico.
You
Yeah.
think so?
I mean,
not
yeah,
Cabo? You think PV is
I
more...
think PV
You think
for
Puerto
sure.
Vallarta
Yeah.
is mostly
Yeah.
very gay, accepted,
Yeah.
LGBT? Well, right on.
I
Because
think
you know
so.
what? The streets are clean.
Yeah.
The food's great.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel scared when I visit there. Speaking of that, it's the evening. I haven't even packed for my trip yet.
Just throw a thong on and a
Me and my big ass in the thong.
Just throw
Edward,
a thong
be
and
quiet.
Go. Thong.
Shut your mouth.
Thong.
Stop it.
You know what? You should go to Hidden Beach. Have you been to that?
I didn't know that. This is something that we need to talk about on this podcast about travel secrets. I never even heard of. Many times I've been to Puerto Vallarta.
Yes.
Hidden Beach?
Hidden Beach. Yeah.
I didn't know that was an excursion.
It's really cool. You should try it.
What was the rates on that route? Do you remember?
Cheap. Nothing.
Cheap?
Yeah.
It was a day thing?
It was a day thing where you go to just go a little north of town, and I think it's near the Four Seasons.
Oh, okay.
And there's a boat there, and it takes you out to Hidden Beach, and it's like a catamaran. It's
Nice.
great. It's a big catamaran. You swim in. You can swim. They stop, and you can swim through the hall. You know
Okay.
how that is. It's really great.
Well, our plan is pretty loose. We fly in tomorrow. I got first class, of course.
Duh.
Probably arrive around the hotel around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Get ready for dinner. We're gonna have dinner at La Palapa.
Oh, that
Have you ever
sounds
been
fancy.
to La Palapa? Is this amazing beachfront restaurant that's literally 2 blocks from our hotel, from our resort.
Perfect.
So we just walk down the funicular. We take a funicular
Oh
down,
yeah. Okay.
an outside elevator down to the streets. We walk down a couple blocks, and the restaurant's gonna be right there.
And it's right there.
And we've loved La Palapa because I've traveled there with my friends before on vacations, and we just fell in love with this restaurant. The service is impeccable, the food is amazing, and it's just gonna be a nice
What
evening.
is the food? It's seafood.
Oh, it's
and
all
like a
seafood. It's a
Mexican
seafood
and-
Mexican
yeah,
restaurant.
mhm.
Yes.
Got it.
And then we'll find out from there. And then Friday we're gonna go ATVing
Oh.
in the jungles and
Girl,
the city.
you better be careful.
I love it though. We've done it many times.
Okay,
It's,
being careful, right?
why do you
It's
say
got
be careful?
It's got 4 wheels instead of 2.
yes, it does. 4, of course. That's safer.
Because I know your history with the scooter.
Easy.
Easy.
That was not a scooter. That was a motorcycle, by the way.
It was even worse.
Yeah. I got injured, by the way, if you guys don't know me, I got injured very, very badly in Spain, in a very tiny island of Mallorca.
Mallorca's beautiful, but not when you're skating.
I
down the
was
street
on a
a
motorcycle and I almost was killed.
Yeah, I remember.
was injured very, very badly in terms of knee. I had stitches. I had to have surgery a few months after that, and it's literally changed my life. And that was
Yeah.
2013.
It's still kind of your.
Oh yeah, that was 5 years
repercussions
ago.
from it,
Oh,
right?
I'm still having repercussions.
Yeah.
I just had surgery again on the same knee 3 months ago because I was in Fiji.
Good God.
I was in Fiji and dislocated my knee in Fiji and had surgery on the same stinking knee.
Same knee.
Do you think I learned my lesson?
I think not.
No, I'm pretty much hard-headed.
No. So 4-wheeling it, do it, but
Yes.
just yeah, I'm more comfortable with you being on that.
4 wheels, so much easier, so much safer. And then Saturday, I think my friends who are going with us are going fishing.
Okay.
Us girls are going to hang out at the pool, hang out at the beach, and then Sunday, again, hang out at the pool and the beach, and then we leave Monday afternoon.
Fishing's so butch.
We got a couple of butch dudes on us.
Oh, okay, got it.
On us. On the trip.
Okay, got it.
So they're couple straight guys, and they want to do the fishing mount thing while us girls
All
are
right.
chill. And,
Deep sea fishing.
Right, that's what they
Okay.
want to do. We're
They
like,
wanna
bye.
do it. Bye. See you out there.
Bye.
Get out
So
there.
that's what they're doing. So
All right.
it's going to be a nice vacation.
Can't wait
for
to
the
hear
next
the
5
recap
days.
on it.
It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So another thing that we're going to be talking about is what?
What?
Well, give me a song of hers that you love to sing.
You know.
TikTok, TikTok.
No. We always say that one. Say this is a less known one.
What?
If you hear it in my heartbeat.
What?
I mean, come on. That's from Pharrell's album.
Yes, it is.
He did that for
you
her.
Hear it in my heartbeat. That's from the Candy Stores album.
That's it.
And we're talking about the one and only Madonna.
Madonna.
We're going to have, on a weekly basis, a Madonna Minute. Whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Because why?
Because we love her. We grew up with her.
We grew up with Madonna.
She raised us. She raised us up. She did.
She's our queen mother.
She is the queen mother.
Let's be honest. Besides her and Oprah,
yeah,
she raised us.
She raised us. She wrote the script for our childhood.
She sure did. She sure did. I've known Madonna since 1982, and I thought Madonna was a black girl singing some soulful songs, some R&B songs.
I did too.
Found out she was white, and I was like,
you were like,
what?
You clasped your neck and pearls?
I did clasp my pearls. My 12-year-old pearls. Borderline? That was from a white girl?
Yes, girl.
I mean, I was dumbfounded. What I was in early junior high. Everybody was freaked out.
Yeah. And then MTV.
Who is this Madonna?
Yeah, who is this Madonna? Who is this Madonna? You sound like my mom. That Madonna.
That Madonna.
Why does he like that Madonna?
I'm like, my mom couldn't stand Madonna because she was
raunch.
Loose.
Yeah, loose.
She was fast.
Yeah. I had to hide my Madonna albums.
I had to hide my Prince albums.
Oh, I had to hide them all.
Yeah, I had to. My mom only approved Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
So I had to hide my Madonna and my Prince because it was too fast.
Racy.
It was racy.
Stop being racy.
Too fast for a 12-year-old.
Yeah. So yeah, we love Madonna. We're going to talk about her every week.
Every week. I don't care what she does. She's on Instagram. She's on Twitter. Whatever she says, we're going to talk about it. And it's called A Minute. We're going to talk for a minute.
A minute. But we're probably going to be more like 5 minutes. But what's the latest, though? What's going on?
The latest is that she actually is going to have a new album that's early launched, proposedly 2019, with possible 15 tracks.
Oh.
And they were actually leaked. Herself.
No, that happened last time. She cannot.
You know what? She likes to do that, and she has every right to. Madonna is a branding mogul.
Girl, she knows what she's doing.
She's got her skincare that she's pimping out as well.
Yep.
People are buying it by the truckloads.
Yes, I
and
hear
that stuff is $300, $400.
It is expensive.
It's MDNA skincare.
MDNA
and
skincare.
She's pimping it out, and it's
and
working.
She looks great.
And she looks amazing. The girl is 60 years old.
60 years old.
If I can look like that at 60 years old, absolutely. Black don't crack.
You already look like you're 25, so by the time you're 60, you're gonna look what, 35?
Right?
Like maybe 40, topped out.
Right, and I'm while drinking my wine in my Belvedere.
Yes, exactly.
So cheers to Madonna. So Madonna, you're gonna be hearing this. We're gonna have you on our podcast.
We love you, girl.
Could you imagine Madonna on our podcast?
Yeah, if you came on here, we would.
Coronary. I would have
it.
Heart attack. I would have hyperventilation, panic attacks. What I would probably jump off a cliff. Madonna's going to be on my podcast.
Once it's over, you could, because you're done, right? I've lived.
Why am I living?
Yeah,
why am I living?
Nothing else to live for.
She gives me life.
Yeah.
Once I see Madonna in person, if she's 2 feet away from me, on my podcast,
talking into your microphone. Hello.
Come on.
Okay.
The wig is snatched and stolen
and hidden forever. Hidden. No need for one.
There's no need for wigs.
No.
I've lived my life.
You have lived your life.
No makeup, no wigs. I'm done. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, Madonna, you're on the show. All right. So next, we're going to talk about James Charles. Do you know who James Charles is, Edward?
I do not know who James Charles is.
So
tell me.
James Charles is this very, very, very young boy.
Okay.
Who was the first male sponsor or male representative of L'Oreal Cosmetics.
Okay, so they signed him to do his online or
something?
Something?
They signed him to do his online, or he was like the spokesperson or model or guru. James Charles started his YouTube channel a few years ago. I think when he was 15, 16 years old. The guy is like 21 years old now. He's a multi-millionaire child.
Okay.
Does amazing makeup. Does tutorials, has a huge YouTube, has 10 million people following him on YouTube, has almost 2 million people on Twitter, has millions more on Instagram.
Okay.
Excuse me, I am burping on my own damn podcast. Sorry.
Too much wine.
Been drinking some wine. But James Charles, look him up. He's got a new palette release, his first ever palette release in collaboration with Morphe. Do you know who Morphe is?
Is it the batteries? No.
No. The batteries?
No, for your phones? No.
No.
Obviously, I got that one wrong.
That's so funny. I'm looking at my phone right now. You're right. That is a Morphe too.
Is it?
Yes, it is actually.
Okay.
Someone's using some trademark issues. But Morphe is a huge cosmetic makeup brand that started in Burbank, California.
Okay. All right.
It was just a brush company, a makeup brush company, and it has blown to astronomical proportions.
Well, it's very important, the brush,
online,
right?
an online makeup company, and now they have stores all over the place now.
Okay.
In LA and then in Orange County and other states, and they have just been blown up. But Jeffree Star, which is another
Now, I've heard of
makeup-
him.
You heard of Jeffree Star?
Yes.
So Jeffree Star hangs out with James Charles, and there's this huge. We're going to talk about this. There's huge makeup guru community.
Okay.
Manny MUA, Laura Lee,
Okay, I think I've
Nikita
heard these.
Dragon, Bretman Rock,
Yes.
Gabrielle Zamora, Jacqueline Hill, Nikki Tutorials. Now,
Wow.
all
you
these
know your makeup.
mofos are under the age of 30.
Isn't that insane?
And they're all freaking millionaires.
That's crazy.
Maybe
Off of
Gabrielle
makeup.
Zamora's a millionaire, but he's getting out. He's
He's
rising
getting
up.
there. Okay.
Nikita Dragon, maybe not a millionaire yet, but she's all about the Instagram. She's on every Instagram. She's the marketing geniuses behind these people is incredible.
Right, and it is literally just makeup.
It's literally just makeup.
It's more of the way you apply it, or the way they're spinning it, or is it
Both.
all of the above?
Both.
Okay.
Both. It's the way they apply it, the way they make their makeup, the way they market. It is a branding giant. And James Charles is a branding giant. He is known for saying, use James for getting 10% off your Morphe product. So imagine his new palette that he's selling for $39. It's called the Artistry Palette.
Okay.
It launched last week. Sold out, Edward, in hours. Hours.
Is it the Fountain of Youth?
It's gonna be, possibly. Everyone's talking about it, but it is very controversial because there's been some people talking some smack about his palettes on YouTube and doing tutorials and saying that the pigments in some of the colors stain people's eyes, have given people hives.
Ooh, that is not good press there.
So guess what Queen Shan ordered? I ordered 2.
You sure did.
I sure did. I ordered one for myself, and guess what? All you listeners, I'm doing a giveaway.
Ho ho! Did you hear that? A giveaway.
A giveaway. My first giveaway. I'm going to be giving away to a lucky winner who is listening to my podcast, who is following me on Instagram and following me on Twitter, and also follow me on A Broad Productions Facebook page. And I'll give you all the details on that after this podcast and how you can enter the giveaway.
And hopefully they don't get hives, right?
No, you're not going to get hives.
You won't get hives from
I just think some people were making
that's
it.
Some,
Yeah.
Who gets
been
hives
around.
from that?
People have allergic reactions to makeup.
I mean,
some of the
it's got peanuts in it. Made with peanuts?
No, it's so funny. I watched this on YouTube the other day. They use something called, this is a vegan product, so it's not tested on animals.
Oh, okay.
They use something called Red 40, and it's a vegan product. Carmine.
I've heard of this.
Carmine is a bug, a derivative from a bug that makes red eyeshadow.
Really? So they're killing bugs?
They're killing bugs.
Okay. Well.
So for the whole thing of vegan, that they don't want to use anything with a face.
Got it.
So Carmine was a bug, a red bug that they would crush and kill and make a red pigment eyeshadow.
Out of that.
Now these makeups, and L'Oreal just made a huge announcement last week that they're going all vegan, which is huge. Maybelline, come on, Maybelline, step it up to the plate, because Maybelline is the next
they better step
beauty
it up to the plate.
Magnet of the world.
Yeah.
L'Oreal has made an announcement they're going to be using vegan products.
That's interesting.
It's the way of the world with makeup.
I guess it is.
We don't want to use animal tested products.
Yeah.
MAC, get on the ball.
MAC, you better step it up.
MAC needs to step it up as well.
They do. They're testing animals all day.
They test their products on animals. Yeah.
Rats.
Well, maybe
it's
monkeys.
all different things.
It's not vegan.
Really?
So I try to buy all makeup that's vegan, no wax, no gluten, paraben free. You want to have those type of makeup products.
Paraben is what? It's an
wax.
oil
It's
or
an
wax
oil,
or something.
right? And it's not good for your skin.
It cakes up and stuff. Yeah,
it's not good for your skin.
You know what? I wanted to do something real quick and kind of break the format real quick. I want to do an off the cuff real quick with you.
What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? What?
Jaden Smith and Tyler, the creator,
came out
allegedly dating.
For years, from what Jaden Smith
For
says.
years. How old is Jaden Smith? I thought he was 13. 14. Is he 20 or 19?
I don't know. Should we Google it?
Yeah, we should find out.
How old is Jaden Smith?
I mean, honestly. Okay, so Tyler, the Creator, but his store is right behind where I live, right?
What store?
His golf store on
Tyler,
Fairfax.
the Creator, plays golf?
No, that's the name of his store. He has a store on Fairfax called Golf.
G-O-L-F.
Uh-huh.
Is it about golf?
It's just, it's just a name. It's just the name of it. And he does
Jaden is 20 years old.
He's 20 years old.
1998.
Okay, so
God
they're around the
bless
same
America.
age.
Jesus.
So anyway, one night there was a little disturbance back there behind our place.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go out there, and I told, I didn't know who Tyler, the Creator, was, by the way. So my significant other had to tell me. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he's this rapper, and he's like this great, musician. I was like, okay. He says, and he had his backpack was stolen out of his car. I was like, okay, well, I saw two thuggish looking people in our backyard earlier, and I ran them off.
In your backyard?
I told them to get the F out of there. And
Okay.
one of the guy came to the window, and he said, "What time is it?" I'm like, "It's time for you to get the F out of here. That's what time it is." Mm-hmm. And then they ran off. And so I was like, I went and took a bath, and then my significant other came in and says, "Hey, they just had Tyler, the Creator, just had somebody break in his car." Allegedly. I have to say this all allegedly. And so I got out of the bathtub and I went out and I said, what happened? He says, somebody broke into my car and got my backpack. I said, well, the two dudes that were just in the back of our, yard there, they had a backpack. What? And it was like a whitish color. He's like, no, this just happened. This just happened just a few minutes ago. I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. And my significant other wanted me to relay the story about what I said to these two guys. And he was like, tell him what you said to them. I said, well, I told him to get the F out of there. And they asked me what time it was. And I said, it's time for you to get the F out of here. And Tyler, he was like, that is heat right there. That is some heat. And I was like, oh, no. He said, that is some fire. That's some fire right there.
Did you feel like you were 80,000 years old?
180,000 years old. Literally the old man that came out of the bathtub to come tell these kids.
Tell these kids to scoot and skedaddle.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you youngsters. You whippersnappers.
So that's, Tyler, if you're listening, that's me.
That was you.
That was me.
Did he find his backpack?
I don't know.
Well, the T is Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son. Jada Pinkett Smith's son finally comes out as gay.
Okay.
And said that Tyler, the Creator, is his boyfriend and has been his boyfriend for years.
Wow.
Sad part is Tyler has not responded.
Oh, he hasn't?
No. Publicly. Jaden was in concert and he was on stage or something, and he announced it on public stage saying that I've been in love with him. He's been my best friend, and now I'm publicly basically saying I'm gay.
Okay.
And I have been in love with Tyler, the Creator.
Well, good for them.
But Tyler has not responded, unbeknownst to me.
He's probably searching for those thugs that took his backpack.
I don't know. How long ago was this?
Like a month ago.
A month ago?
A month or two ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. So Jaden Smith is gay. But we all knew that. I knew it from day one.
Apple doesn't fall far from...
Ooh.
Oh.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Edward Carr?
I don't know. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, we're going to spill the hot boiling tea. We're going to spill the Earl Grey. We're going to spill the chamomile right now.
We're going to go with all that kind.
We're going to go with that right now because let's be honest. The rumor mill is that Will and Jaden does swim the ponds. Uh-huh. The different ponds of the universe. And we're not. That's okay.
I've done it.
But
I've been swimming in all those pools.
You swim in the pools?
I swim in pools, not ponds.
You swim in ponds or pools?
Sometimes I swim in oceans.
And lakes?
And lakes. I grew up on a lake.
All right on.
Yeah.
So if
Ricky Lake. I swim in Ricky Lake.
Mr. Will and Jada, honey, swim that pond. Make sure you're happy because you have great kids. You have great kids, and we love you.
We do.
You know what? People. No judgment here, but you know what? Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey. Live your life.
Live your life. Back to it. So that was off the cuff. All right. So, a couple of things I want to talk about real quick as well is that I have been going to a therapist.
Oh, okay.
And this therapist, she's really great. And she's we had a kind of a like a you know what Oprah always says, an aha moment.
Oh.
I saw her last Thursday, and you know I have had apprehensions in launching this new career that I'm starting. I don't know anything about social media. I don't know anything about quote unquote the entertainment world. You know,
you have your consultants right here.
I have my right, which is wonderful. I'm so glad I have friends in the entertainment business that can help me and guide me. But I've been scared.
Oh, we all are scared.
I've been very scared. I've been nervous.
Yes.
And this has been on my mind for a year. I have been calculating this type of business. I have been manifesting. I have been, is this for me? I'm 46 years old. Am I too late? Who the hell do I think that I am? Why am I doing this now? There be all these a million questions that I go to bed with, and I wake up in the morning. Who do you think you are, Shannon? Starting a new business at your age.
Well, you know what? It's nice to get up in the morning and still have those questions. You know what? Because questions require answering.
They do.
You know?
They do.
And you're answering those questions right now.
I am answering questions. So the therapist had me write some things down, and I wanted to share this with you guys because I think part of this reason why I want to do this podcast is to share things that people are afraid to talk about. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about light things, but maybe we'll get into some deep stuff.
Yeah.
And because I am a deep person, and what I realized that I think in the black and I think in the white, and a lot of it is in the negativity because of who I think that I am, and I come off very positive, Edward, as you know.
Oh, absolutely.
But trust,
you work a room like I have never
I
seen.
work a room. I'm light. I'm fun. I talk to people. I'm not scared to talk to people. I'm not shy. But believe it or not, when I get into my own, I can cower, and I can sit on that couch for hours, and I can cry by myself, and I can be woe is me.
You get into that bad neighborhood.
Oh,
in your
I
head,
can.
And just like your car breaks down in that neighborhood, and you
Right.
can't get out, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here. But
Right.
you stay there sometimes.
And I stay there
Yeah,
sometimes.
and
I'm broken.
you gotta like get that car jump.
I've
going.
been broken many times emotionally and
Get out of that
mentally.
neighborhood.
And it takes a while for me to get out of that funk. And I think a lot of y'all who are listening, all you broads out there that are listening can relate. We can't always be on.
No, we can't.
I can't always be on. I'm not always Queen Shan. I'm not the Shannon that everybody sees at parties or dinners or at the clubs or at functions. I am a real person, and I do go home sometimes crying.
Right.
I do go home sometimes feeling alone. And with that being said, that means I have insecurities about myself. And so I was sharing that with my therapist last week. And
what was all that?
what was that?
I don't know.
And she was talking about the what are the positives and the negatives in regards to me starting this podcast and starting this new social media venture.
Okay. I'd love to hear what she had to say.
And so she wanted me to write down, obviously, what are the positives of doing this. And I wrote down, it's a vocal release for me. I wanted to share experiences. I wanted to voice opinions. I want to listen to others. I need to have an outlet because I work a lot. Believe it or not, you guys, I do work. I'm an insurance agent and I work a lot. I work 12, 14 hours a day. I want to explore new adventures, cultures, food, products. I want to be unique as to the info that I release, and I want to release my inner inhibitions. And then she told me to write down the negatives and what I feel that are the negatives. And I wrote down that I feel like I'm technically challenged, that I can't find the right people, that I don't know about marketing and branding, that I keep saying how to do it, and how are my friends and peers are going to view it. Like I really hold my friends' opinions.
But do you know, by doing this, like people are going to be like, she did it. She's been talking about doing this, and I assume you have.
I have.
I assume you have.
To my closest
Yeah, to
friends.
your closest friends. And then when this finally comes out, they'll be like, what? Either like she did it, or like, wow, that's ambitious of her. And it really, from what I know of you, and I think I know you well, it's in your lane. It's like something that you would do.
I feel sometimes, though, Edward, that I'm being judged, and I haven't even done this thing. I think people may think, oh, she's out of her lane. Or who does she, I keep thinking people are thinking about me. Who do I think that I am?
Let them think that.
I think the people are saying, why do people want to listen to my opinion?
Uh-huh. Well, our queen, Mother, if you watch her like documentary Truth or Dare from years ago.
Madonna.
Yeah, she admits very candidly in that movie, she's like talking to her dancers and she's talking about like, you know, she says, I know that I'm not the best singer and I know that I'm not the best dancer, but like I can only allow myself to think that just like that long a time or like it'll destroy me. Like just it will just destroy me.
I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, just like so you like, you know what? You can go there for a minute, get out of it. Like just go. It's like a closet you walk in and out of. Like think it for a minute, kind of like check yourself as a human, and then you move on.
Unfortunately, most of us stay in that freaking corner or that deep darkness.
Do. A lot of us do,
and we never get out.
Yes,
which means we never grow. Which means we never experience that new level of newness or life or that new career. And I don't want to be that. And I know, and I'm not going to name any names, but I know so many people who are stuck in that hole. That corner.
Me too.
Right. So I don't want to be that. And so this is why I'm finding time to work on this podcast and finding time to work on a social media project that I have no idea what I'm doing. This is all grassroots.
That's the way it should be. That's how something is created.
Right. It's
from whole cloth. You start with like something and you create something greater.
So she told me about twisted thinking and about the new probable thought and how I need to rearrange my thought process and making this really a touchable and tangible product.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I don't care if I have 10 people listen to this or I have 100 people listen to this or I have 1,000 people listen. I have people listening.
Yes, you're right.
To my voice. And that's one thing that I really wanted to express on this podcast, that it's my voice. I'm sharing it, but I want to share other people's voices and I don't want their voices to be hushed because my voice has been hushed.
Oh my gosh.
My voice has been dismissed.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be dismissed anymore.
No longer. That's so powerful and moving. It's like people need to hear that message. And I was actually, talking to a coworker the other day about your show. And you're welcome. She's like ready for it. She's like, let me know when you launch it because I want to hear it. She's like, and she's a 45, 46-year-old black girl that I work with.
Okay.
Love her. And she is standing in line for a ticket. So
that's wonderful.
We need to get this going. So you have a listener in her for sure.
Yay!
So yeah, and she's a big podcast
and
listener.
That's how viral or being virtual, that's how that all starts.
Yeah, it all starts that way.
And we're going to make it positive and amazing for everybody. We're going to try. We're going to have some haters. Haters hate. Haters going to hate.
They're going to hate.
It's whatever. So another segment we want to have is a shout out to businesses.
Yes, very important.
Local businesses, you guys. We're talking about businesses in Los Angeles or California, and when this becomes a global effect, and we're going to put it out there, Mr. Edward.
We are.
This is going to be a global podcast, and everybody from Madonna's going to be hearing it to Oprah. They're going to be like, who's this Queen Shan? What?
Know. Oprah's going to be like, let's get her on this in the studios.
We're going to get her on the master class.
Yes. Yeah. Fast tracker.
Could you imagine? I would piss my panties.
Fast track.
Piss him. Piss him hard.
Don't forget about Gail.
Oh, and Gail.
So who do you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give it to my own brother.
Oh,
that's my brother, great. Theron Langhorne. He has published his new paperback novel. It's called Zoo, Z-U-U. Oh. It is an amazing...
Catchy.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's an amazing sci-fi adventurous story about students who were kidnapped by aliens to serve as in a zoo, in an alien zoo, and they had to learn to escape.
What?
Yeah, so think of it like a cross between Goonies and the Jennifer Lawrence movies. The oh my God, what's wrong?
The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Those
because they have to survive.
Are so good.
And they have to fight and they have to learn different skills to escape this planet that they're on. And Theron has collaborated with an artist who helped create these amazing characters and monsters or aliens and characters in the book.
What?
Yeah. My
That's
brother.
exciting.
My brother's very, he is very shy, very conservative, but he has a great mind.
Yeah, that sounds
And
like it.
he's very creative. So you read his book. You can go on his website, theronland.com.
Theronland?
Theronland.com.
Okay.
And look at his drawings. Look
Yeah,
at
no,
his
he's
look at his vision.
He's the real deal.
He wants to be basically the next Walt Disney.
Yeah,
He wants to create lands and attractions and amusement parks and all kinds of things, but he's had his ups and downs with that. But
Sure.
he's always loved reading. My parents instilled reading when we were children.
So good.
Every summer we would get 10 or 20 books a summer and read them,
gosh, that's
and get
amazing.
more every other week in the summertime in the
Right.
library. So we always were big readers, my
That's
brother
good.
and
I can tell.
They're in
Definitely
more
tell.
than I right now. So
Well, that's amazing that he wrote a book.
I would love for you guys to support local business entrepreneurs. You can find Theron on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. You can just at ZUU and find his book. His book is on Amazon for $14. And are you going to read it?
I am
Edward?
going to read it.
Yeah.
I want to.
Did I give you that copy last week?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I want to maybe option it.
Would love to see and hear your review, because if you guys get the book, please review it on Amazon and give us your constructive criticisms. I'm about, and Edward can attest to this since I've known you, I'm about showcasing people's talents.
Yes.
I want to spread the word, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast and YouTube channel and other things, I want to showcase that carpenter, that novelist, that real estate agent, that mortgage agent, that hairstylist, that manicurist.
That makeup
artist. I want to showcase someone who's starting a self-employed business out there with nothing, like I'm doing.
Designer.
The fashion designer. Hello, right? I met this amazing sunglass designer in Slovenia when we were there a month ago, and he designed these gorgeous wooden sunglasses, and he has his own shop in Slovenia, and he's going to be, and BMW visited his shop.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah. It's very exciting. BMW?
Yeah.
Come on.
That's the real deal.
That's the real deal. So it's all about starting. Look at Steve Jobs.
He started in the garage.
Started in his freaking
I heard
garage.
that. And
You
so
know,
did
if
Jeff
we
Bezos.
all knew to put a couple dollars in stock at Apple or Mac at that Macintosh,
Yeah,
we'd be all millionaires right now.
all of us.
I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be in my freaking $3.7 million mansion in Malibu. Or maybe burnt up.
I mean,
Yikes.
too soon. But no, in all seriousness. But yeah, it is. It's that could have been a reality for you.
It could be a reality. So what we want to do is showcase people, encourage people of different backgrounds. If you have a business, shout out to me. If you have an idea and you need marketing and branding, give me an email. Shout out Shannon. Just shout my name. Absolutely. We're going to have a shout out to the business or entrepreneur of the week.
Awesome.
All right.
I love that.
We want to welcome sponsorships because, honey, we want to be sponsored. We want to grow this brand.
We need some branding done.
We
and need your help.
We need your help. So I am not one to say I'm not begging.
Right.
I'm not begging, but I'm loving your support.
Sure would. And
Spread the
everybody
word.
likes to hear their name.
Spread the word. So you gave some notes on some interesting tidbits of actually what has happened on today.
Oh, you know I love me some history.
Well, what's happened around
It's a
this
fact.
day in November?
Okay, so around this day in November of 1918, the last German troops leave Alsace-Lorraine, France. And the reason I chose this one was because Alsace-Lorraine is where my family is allegedly from.
Okay, why you say allegedly?
Because it's never been proved, but maybe if I did 23andMe, I'd really know.
Okay, but it's always been the rumor in your family.
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
from
So
this
like
region?
we're either from. So Alsace-Lorraine is like a notorious little fought-over region
Okay.
of France by Germany. So it's either German or French or German or French or German or French.
Okay.
So the joke in our family is like, which are we, German or French,
Or
German or French?
okay,
So,
you don't know
and-
what is more dominant.
Right, exactly. In 1934, this is a really good one. You'll love this one. A New York court rules Gloria Vanderbilt unfit for custody of her daughter. So do we know who that is the grandmother of?
Yes, we do. Anderson Cooper.
You got it. Bing, 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 bing. But his mother was Gloria Vanderbilt. And if you were alive and kicking as a teenager or any age in the 80s, you wore some Gloria Vanderbilt jeans.
I wore some Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. Are you
sure
kidding me?
did, with the
And I
orange
had-
stitch and the
Are
swan
you
on the
kidding me
pocket.
right now? And her shoes.
And her shoes. All of it.
Gloria Vanderbilt was the bomb. Gloria Vanderbilt was your Christian Louboutin of today.
That she sure was.
It was your Gucci. Well, Gucci's been around for years as well. But, back, it was your Jordache.
It was your Jordache. And at the same time, Jordache, Gloria Vanderbilt.
We're really aging ourselves right now.
You were highfalutin.
Highfalutin.
Yeah.
You were a highfalutin if you had some Gloria Vanderbilt
you sure
jeans.
Did. If you saw that swan in the pocket, you knew. Highfalutin.
Highfalutin.
Sure did.
And so it's interesting that when you look up Gloria Vanderbilt's history, that she was actually fit. She was unfit as a mother.
Yeah.
And her daughter was taken away from her.
And her daughter was taken away from her to go make jeans.
Or sew them.
So
when you see past interviews with Anderson Cooper, he really is pretty kind of quiet on their history.
Yes,
he does talk about his mother being a model,
Mm-hmm,
and he was a model as a kid, and Anderson Cooper was definitely born with a silver spoon.
And it went into his hair.
It sure did go to his
Beautifully into his hair.
Beautiful into his
Beautiful
hair.
white hair.
That boy has never worked a day in his life. He had never worked a day in his life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he works, but in a very privileged situation.
Exactly. Yeah. In 1970, actually the year of my birth, a side note, U.S. planes conduct widespread bombing raids in North Vietnam. So that was during the you were not born yet, but I don't remember it, but the Vietnam War was happening at the height. Wasn't quite at the height at that point, but it was a very hard time in the United States at that time because that was another war that was definitely not wanted in this country.
Correct.
It wasn't in
Lots
this country.
of protests.
It was in Vietnam. But
Lots of protests.
Lots of protests. And I remember getting, as I grew up and through the late 70s and early 80s about how reviled it was.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, no, we shouldn't have been there. And it's like, as you get older, you really learn things. And,
Just like what they say about the Iraqi war.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have been there. The Afghanistan wars, we shouldn't be there. It's interesting how history repeats itself.
It does.
That's the scary part. That's the scary part. So Edward, I just want to say thank you so much for being my first co-host.
Well, thank you for having me. This has been a real honor and privilege. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. At this point, I want to say thank you to my broads and future broads. You can find me on Instagram at Queen Shan Shan, Twitter at _broad_pod, on Facebook at Broad Productions, that's one word. You can also email me for sponsorship opportunities at abroadproductions@gmail.com. Tune in next week for a brand new show with sizzling topics, new tea, and a new perspective from abroad.